Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Lorraine here. I'm just going to show you today where we're up to with the Shabby Romance Journal. I did say I would show you the process and craft along with me, but I got carried away this morning like I do. And so I'll show you what I've done up to now, and then show you what I'm going to do next. So I got the papers prepared. I showed you the papers on the first video, some of the papers. So what I've done, I've put them into signatures, and each signature has 6 papers inside. So that gives you 24 sides for journaling or decorating, or so that's 3 of the signatures, 24 sides each. Some of them I've stitched around the edge, some I've left blank because I'm going to trim them and decorate them up. All of them I have put some distress ink around the sides just to give it that extra shabby look. So also what I've done, I have made a start on the cover. By no means finished, but I've made a start. I didn't want a hard cover. I wanted a soft, squishy cover. So that's what I've started to make. I've used, it was a bag that I got from the grocery shop, the bags that you get your fruit and vegetables in. So I utilised one of these, well 2 of these actually. And what I did, I've layered it so that it's a double thickness inside of this fabric. So double thickness all the way around that fits in the signatures. So, and gives me plenty space for expansion. So what I did, I doubled up the paper inside. I glued them together. But what I also did, where the spine is, it had this natural fold in the bag. So I've utilised that fold for the spine. So what I did inside of there, on that fold, I used some of the fabric and I just glued it in place inside the fold, so that this is reinforced. So that's what I did with that. So it's got a reinforced spine just to give it a little bit of extra strength to hold things in place. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stitch in the signatures or have them loose. You know, you can have eyelets at the top and use elastics inside to fix in your signatures so that then they can be removed. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with that. So after I'd made the base for the cover, I used this linen cotton thing, and it doesn't look like I've ironed it, but I have ironed it because it's got this natural crinkle effect going on. I like it. I don't want it shabby chic, so I don't want things pristine. I don't want things perfect on this journal. And we're going to cover this journal with lace and embroideries and images, lots of other different things, some beads perhaps. So it will be covered, and the same on the inside as well. They'll probably have lace pockets on the inside to hold ephemera. So that's where I'm up to with the cover and the signatures. And I haven't done any more with that. What I have done, I've been preparing some ephemera. Some that I've already had made up and some that I haven't. And yesterday I made these 2 tags. So this is the theme really that I'm going for. So lots of pretty pinks and satins and roses, and I'll have to stick that down again. Roses, lace. These are little pockets. So I've collaged on the tag both of them. There's little pockets inside there. So I'm going to do more of that. And I have some blank tags here that I can utilise. Some of them are on really heavy cardstock. This is 300 GSM. I bought it by mistake really, but it's been really good for making tags, and I use this cardstock usually for the covers when I'm making journals, because it makes quite good journal covers. So there's some that I'd been working on before, blank ones. These are just book pages, some more of the cardstock, book pages again, book pages. So lots of different, and some more cardstock, and book pages. So what we can do a couple of these. I've got all the other ephemera. I showed you the ephemera on the sheets, and I've got it all cut out, ready to decorate or to do whatever we do with them. So there's going to be lots and lots and lots of ephemera inside of this journal. Shan't do anything with those today, but I think while we're here, I'll make maybe just a couple of tags, and let's see where it takes us. I haven't got a picture in my head of what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be doing. So I will be using whatever I've got on my table. I've got lots of scrappy bits on my table, so I'm going to be utilising that. So I'm going to be just tearing these. I don't know if you know about tearing the edges of paper. If you see, I'm pulling this side towards me, and that way you get a full edge. If I show you, let me show you another piece. If I pull it away from me like this, you get the raw edge, you get the white from the digital papers. Now, in some cases, I don't mind that, but I prefer it like this. This side, if you're tearing it this side, you don't tear it towards you, you tear it away from you. Otherwise, you'll end up with the raw edge there. But I'm going to leave that edge solid because I'm going to put that there. This is a digital paper that I've got recently. I can't remember what the kit's called. Angels and something. And it's from Ruby and Pearl XO. And it's a lovely kit. It really is a nice kit. And one that I made a little journal for a friend, and these are just the bits that are left over. There we go. I'm sorry if I'm wobbling the camera. It's on one of those flexible arms, and I don't know how to I can't like that. So away from me rather than towards me, if you see, and I'm getting a clear edge. The other side, if you look, it's got the raw edge of the paper. That's nice. It's got like a lace effect on that coffee stained paper. So I'm just collaging these tags. I'm not going to do many because there's quite a lot in the box that are ready printed digital tags, and I don't want to do too many. I have this massive box full of tags that I keep making whenever I make something, and then don't use them. I forget I've got them, and they're all in a box. They need cleaning, those scissors. They're really, those are my scissors that I used for sticky messes, and they need cleaning. So that's quite nice, isn't it, at the moment? And then I'm going to put, what shall I put on? I think I'm going to put a little bit of this on. This cheesecloth. That's all I've got left now, and I've used obviously loads of it, but it's just so pretty. Do you know, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not using it. Sorry. I'm not using it. What have I got here? Some foil. No, don't like that on there. I should really have brought my lace box over, shouldn't I? I already got one with a pocket on top, but it doesn't matter. I can use another pocket. This photo reminds me, I'm giving my age away now, it reminds me of when I was in the church May walks. Remember May processions? Everybody had dresses like this. In fact, I should really go and get all the photos out from my childhood, because I'm not this old, but I am fairly old. And I could utilise some of the old photos that I've got from my childhood of me and my siblings, my grandparents. I have lots of grandparents and great aunts, great uncles from like the 1920s, 1930s onwards. I have some photos of my granddad with his siblings. My granddad would be about, I don't know, 6 or 7 on some of the photos, and he was born in, I think it was 1918 granddad was born in. So they would make really interesting photos to use in my journals. I have made a journal using some of the photos. I made it for my sister, like a family history one. Oh, it was so nice doing that, remembering happy times with grandparents, parents, aunts and uncles. So, I don't know if I'm going to add anything else onto there. Maybe just leave it as is, because inside there will be a tag going in there. And if I put anything else here, it'll just be hidden by the tag. So I'm going to leave it until I decide what tag I'm going to put in it. But what I will do is I will put a grommet in there, just so that, there we go. I did on these ones, on the card, I stained the card. You can only see a little bit of it at the back, but I used my ink stamps and sprayed them, and then smushed the card in all these pinks and blues, greens underneath, and then I've covered it with all the bits of paper. You can just see tiny little bits on the card where it's covered in the distress inks, but there you go. It doesn't matter, does it? I'm just going to try and stick this little flower back down, and then we'll make I need to get some proper glue. This glue is not the best glue. I really struggle getting craft supplies here, quality craft supplies. I can get obviously craft supplies, but things that, you know, like your 3-in-1 glues. Yeah, I used to use Cosmic Shimmer glue, and I loved it, but it's such a pain getting it. I can get it, but then I have to order it from abroad and then pay customs charges, and it works out quite expensive because I have to pay for delivery from Germany, And then sometimes, even though they're not supposed to charge you customs, they do charge me customs. But there you go. If I want these things, I have to pay for them. So there's one tag. What I will do, I don't know, I'll distress around the edges. I might. There. I think it just adds so much, doesn't it, when you just distress around the edges of the papers. So there's one. Oh, I've moved that now. It doesn't dry very quickly, that glue. It takes an age to dry. And then I'll just do another one, and I'm going to use this vintage French, but it's so fragile is this paper. I'm going to use this vintage book page on there. What's on the back? Clear. So I'll put the book print on here, and then we've got a clear back for, I might have to put something on there because I can see the print through, but we'll see. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little bit hoarse. We've recently had COVID, David and me, my husband and me. We spent New Year with COVID. No idea where we've got it from because we're quite careful. We don't go out into closed, busy places anymore. We stay as safe as possible. But it's a virus, so you can pick it up anywhere, can't you? So it was our turn. So we've both had COVID and been quite unwell with it, really, with flu-like symptoms, with flu, coughs, colds, a little bit of a fever. I lost my sense of taste and smell, but that's thankfully come back. It's weird eating and drinking things and you can't taste it. You know what it is because you've cooked it, but it doesn't taste fantastic. So it really affects your appetite when you can't taste or smell anything. It's not a bad thing. I needed to lose some weight. So there's some just some digital paper that came from Antique Papery that I use quite a lot of. I could do with going getting some more bits out of my bits box. Hey, this is some more paper from Ruby and Pearl from that kit. So a little bit of that lace, I think, what I need on there. Let me see. I've got some. These are miniatures of I'll put that there because I'm going to put the. Yeah, I'm going to put that there. These are miniatures from the Ruby and Pearl kit. I printed them on tiny, so that I had these little tiles that I could use. Yeah, put that there. Just give it a bit of colour. So we've been up today. We've been up to a friend's house. She's away She's gone to stay in Athens for 6 weeks. And while she's away, we're taking care of her cats, us and another friend of ours. So we're looking after these cats. They're not house cats, they're outside cats. So we've been up this morning to feed them. There's 12 cats, and they were all waiting. When we got near the gate, they were all there waiting to be fed. And you would think they were starving, but they're not, because when we got there was still some food left over. We put them in feeders, and there was still food left over that they hadn't finished, so they can't have been starving. I think they were just perhaps glad to see people. So we've been there this morning, and thankfully the weather stayed good, because we've been having thunderstorms, which is not good if you have to be out and about. I need something a little bit bigger in the middle, don't I? Let's see what we've got. No. Nope. Just bear with me. I'm going to go and get some towels, some labels. Well, it needs to be bigger, doesn't it? Let's see what this looks like. You're crafting and you're like me, you have so much stuff, you just get overwhelmed with it and forget what you've got. Because later what I'll think, oh, I should have used whatever. I should have used this, or I should have used that. And I just forget that I've got things. Now then, should it go that way? Where was that piece of lace? What about? Does it bring anything to it, that piece of lace, or not? I'm not sure it does it? Nope. I think we'll use that. And where was that green one? No, we'll just do that. In fact, if I decided to go through all of those old family photos that I've got and maybe put them into PDFs, would anybody be interested? Would you think that's something worth doing? Let me know. Just put me a comment in the box, please. Because if you think it is, then maybe I can do that. Maybe that's something that I can look at doing. So there we go. There's just a collaged tag. Again, I'll put a grommet in there. And this can be added to. The thing is, when you're making them, you're not sure what your pages are going to be like. So you're not sure what the tags need to be. But if you have the base or the basic tag ready, then you're on with a flying start, aren't you? Probably what I would put onto here is a flower sticker, or maybe butterflies. I have some some word tags as well that I could use. So even though it's at that stage, there's quite a little bit of stuff gone on to there, there's still lots to do on this tag and this tag as well. Let me see if I've got, see this, we'll be having, maybe not that, because that's not colourful enough, is it? Maybe this, but then that's hiding all the little girls, isn't it? I don't want to do that. There we go. It's a smaller version. See, that glue's not stuck. I don't like it. So those are the tags. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave that at that today, and maybe when I come back we'll start working on some of the journal pages. Okay, so thank you for watching, thank you for joining, and please leave me comments, especially about the vintage photos and digitals, if you think that's something you would be interested in. Thank you, bye.